back. Happy Friday, everybody. This episode, we are going to do a favorite of my dad's. And he is coming tomorrow night for dinner. So it's been 2 weeks, Terrence? It's been 2 weeks since we've seen him. His alma mater. Had to do it for you. But I was also asked by a high school friend to make these. The stuffed artichoke. People are intimidated by it. It is super, super easy. Another easy. I like easy. And I'm only going to make two because I make them like huge and you can actually split one because they're so big. So what you're going to need when you start out, I have my heat on. This is coated with I went a ring around with olive oil. I put a half a stick of butter. And then you can use 1 or 2 cloves of the garlic chopped. Depends how garlicky you want it. You know me, more garlic the better. Or you can use the squeeze. I just did like a quick squeeze of it, put that in, and then I put the squeezed parsley, just 1 squeeze, and then I cooked it down, and you can see that that's pretty much my base. We're gonna leave it off the heat for now because I wanna show you the whole process of stuffing this. The big thing about a stuffed artichoke is that you're steaming it. So the stuff that you're gonna steam it in, that is what's also gonna give the flavor to the artichoke. So what you're gonna do is for the broth, again, it's the garlic butter, the parsley, and the olive oil. And then once we put these in, we're gonna add the chicken broth, and I'll show you about that. You're also gonna need the juice of 1 lemon, so that's what this is, and you're gonna pour that in also once we get these into the pan. Now, for your mixture, again, I have my 4C Italian blend breadcrumbs and locatelli, so big handful. Terrence, do you see this? You know what this means?
No.
It means $9.99. I need another one. No. So you're gonna put a big fistful of locatelli cheese, and then you're gonna wanna put it in a bowl where it's deep enough because this can get messy because you're stuffing. And then what I usually do is I just put like a little hole in the middle because when you're ready to stuff, it's just gonna be easier having the hole in the middle and you pull the crumbs from the other side. Now, the biggest thing with an artichoke, the biggest pain in the tookie is cleaning it. So I already did one, so it's gonna look like this when you're about to stuff. So what you do is I left one here. Really, really sharp knife helps. It will just make it easier to cut it. So you're gonna cut the base at the bottom. And you're gonna want it, see how that's crooked? It's gonna mean like the artichoke is gonna go like this in the pan. So just kind of make it as straight as you can. But what's gonna happen is when the 2 artichokes are together, they're gonna get wedged in the pot, which is a good thing. Now, the other thing you're gonna do, get rid of the label. You see how this top is flat? It's because I cut it. So we're gonna do the same thing with this one. So you wanna know how much, it's like literally, this is up to you, but I usually do a good portion about it because usually the tops of these leaves are gross. So I'm gonna start up here. Need to sharpen my knife more. Okay, this is good. Let me just clean up some of the spots here. If the knife doesn't work, all else fails, the kitchen shears. So now you have the top open. The thing about an artichoke is that these little pieces right here, they almost have like little, I don't know what you want to call them, Terrence. Like they kind of like, they're a little sharp. So what I do is after I cut the top, you can see all those are gone. I take my scissor and I just kind of go around it and I take off the little sharp tops. Like I don't even want to say it's like, it's almost like a very fine thorn like you see in a rose bush. It's not pleasant if you wind up getting this, cutting your tongue the wrong way. So I just go around the artichoke and I cut the tops. I don't go crazy at the bottom because what's going to happen, these are going to steam and these are just going to fall off anyway. But like these little ones, I just literally it's almost like it's just getting a little bit of a haircut. So we're going to take all these off and then I just take a look around it. I get rid of any leaves that look kind of gnarly. Like here's a prime example. So you can see this. This is actually sharp. So you're not gonna wanna eat that. So you literally just cut the top off. Take another look around. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So then, now it comes time to the stuffing. I'm actually gonna put this up a little bit just to get it a little warm. So I'm gonna take the artichoke and I'm gonna put it in the middle. So what you need to do, now there's two different ways to do this. Some people just put the actual breadcrumbs just like right on the top. I stuff every leaf. That's how my grandmother did it. This is how I do it. So you're gonna wanna open up the artichoke. See how I'm getting in there? I wanted it to open up because that breadcrumb, once it's all like steamed and it's in there, oh my God, it's so good. So I am literally just opening it all up because I need to get spaces to get my spoon in there. So now I'm gonna grab my trusty spoon and you literally are just gonna go around. And again, I don't do the bottom level because the bottom level is gonna fall out as these are steaming. And I just literally, it's kind of like ring around the rosy and I pull it apart because I want to get all that good stuff in the leaves. And see, now you can see why it's good to have like a really big bowl because it does get everywhere. And you see how I'm just pulling everything apart because I want to get in there. You don't have to do every single leaf. I mean, I'm going to tell you, of course I'm going to miss, but I want it to be so that when my dad pulls that leaf off, he's getting that good stuff of the breadcrumbs because that's what it's all about. So again, I'm just gonna go through stuff, and the artichoke is gonna look huge, but that's okay because again, this is all gonna get steamed. So I think like this is a pretty good one because I know my dad tries not to eat a lot of bread, but to me, you only live once. You're 80, Dad, enjoy it. Okay, so I think that's good. So you can see how this is. Beautiful, okay? So we're gonna put this one over here, pray it doesn't go all over the place. This is heating up again because I wanna get some heat to it when we put these down. I'm gonna go back in, I'm gonna make another hole here. And, oops, that's the one I did. We're gonna take this one, right in the middle. You're gonna do the same thing again, just get in there. You want it to get all opened up. And in the bottom of this, when this whole thing is open and you get to the bottom, it's the heart, which is delicious. But I just get enough so I can get it all filled. Again, we're gonna start shoving these in. And you can see all the leaves are getting apart. You wanna keep stuffing. See, get that in there. And again, there's never enough fizz, not too much. It's whatever you like. You know, if you really wanna just get more of the artichoke leaf when you're ready to eat this, more power to it. You don't have to do all these breadcrumbs. I just feel this is how I was brought up. This is how Nanny Lucy made them, and I just love them. Okay, so that's pretty good. Just want to make sure I get some more in the top there. Yeah, so that's good. So again, see, I didn't do these ones on the bottom because these are all going to fall off. And what's going to happen is, oh, I can miss a spot. We'll do a little more there. So now, you can see that this is cooking again. What I'm going to do is just simply place this in here, and it's all about balance because you don't want it to fall over. So this is the hard part. This is why I said you got to watch when you cut them. So I'm going to get these two in here. So make sure that you have a pan that's big enough to hold the two. Okay, so I got the two. Whoop. Try not to burn my hands, people. So these are in here now. What I'm gonna do is add the juice of the one lemon. And then you need to add enough of the chicken broth because the secret to this whole thing, break out the baster. You have to baste these. So we're gonna take the chicken broth and we're gonna fill this. So I think that's pretty good. So babe, come here so they can see. So when you look in here, you could see how much is down there. Give it a little mix because I want to make sure that all this stuff gets like incorporated. I'm gonna fill it, I might as well just use the rest. So you want it, so I'm gonna say between a quarter and a little over a quarter of the bottom of the artichoke. You want the broth to come up that far because the whole thing about this, I'm gonna put this on medium heat. I'm gonna cover it and it's gonna steam. So this is probably gonna take maybe up to 20 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna let these cook. I'm gonna check them. The thing is though, you wanna make sure that there's always something in the pan. The chicken broth may dissolve kind of quick. If that happens, because you know you're constantly basting them, if that happens, add more chicken broth. Do not add water. That's gonna totally kill the taste. So right now, I'm gonna give this 10 minutes. I'm gonna come back, take a look. I'll show you, and then we'll see how much longer we have to go from there. So, see you soon. Thanks. Okay, babes, we're back. It's about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna show you what has happened. I'm gonna take the cover. Make sure you have it covered when you put it on. Look at all that good stuff. So you see everything. Oh yeah, everything is, it's fogging up my glasses. Everything is coming to a boil. So now I want to make sure that I get in there. If you don't have a turkey baster or whatever, you know, use a spoon. But you want to make sure that everything in here gets this good stuff. So you see, I'm just basting. It smells so incredibly good. These are probably going to actually be done, I'm thinking maybe in another 10 minutes. So I got that one. Now I'm going to coat this one. I want to come on the other side, babe, just so they can see it. So you can see this. And you just want to, again, make sure that everything gets basted. Now, because I basted it, I don't want this mixture down here to go to an end, so I am just gonna put a little more chicken broth. By the way, I didn't salt this at all because locatelli cheese. You tell him, Terrence. So I'm just gonna put just a little bit more. The chicken flavor is the chicken broth really isn't gonna pull away from the flavor. Just give it a little mix here, but I don't want to run out of juice because I'm going to cover this again, and we want to check it in another 10 minutes. So let me cover this. Put cover back on it. We'll be back in another 10, and hopefully it's done. See you soon. Final stage, peeps. All right, so we cooked them for 10 minutes. We basted. I put them in for another 10 minutes. I opened it up. I basted again, and then I gave it 5 more minutes. So this is 10, 25. So taking the cover off. Look at that. If you could only smell how good this smells, it's pretty much done. So I'm going to do one more quick baste again. Look how good that looks. Now comes the difficult part. What is it, Terrence?
It's Gracie time.
Yeah, Gracie time. Because I'm a spaz. Let's get these out of the pot. So I'm gonna try it with these first because sometimes too they steam so well that they just fall apart. I am praying, so let's not let these fall apart. Big fork. So I'm gonna, oh yeah, I can tell. There you go. Ooh, look at that. Looky, looky, looky. Let's get the other one. I can tell. Looky, looky, looky. Okay. So this, oh my God, it smells incredible. Let me get a spoon, babe. Look at the size of these things, peeps. Delicious. That's why I made 2, because you could pick at them. So if you look here, steaming hot. You could see the breadcrumbs there all in the bottom. It is so good. These need to I'm probably gonna burn my mouth tasting one of these, but it just comes right off. That's what you want. So if you're not sure when you're steaming these in the pot if they're ready, you shouldn't be like ripping the leaf off. It should just come off like this. And then the whole secret, just don't burn yourself. Make sure it's good. You're just gonna bite the whole thing off. Ready? So good. So good. You don't eat the leaf, people. You want indigestion for the next 20 years, don't eat the leaf. And that's all it is. And then what I do, this is the leftover. Don't get rid of it. You always want to baste it. Now these are going to stay for tomorrow, because I know my dad will probably demolish one. And I'm actually, when I'm going to serve this, I am going to keep this liquid. I'm not going to store it. When I put these away, after these cool off, I'm going to put them in a Tupperware. I'll put them in the fridge, but I'm going to keep the liquid separate once it's cooled and put it in the fridge. I don't want to keep it all together because it's just going to get really soggy. But these are really good. Terrence is kind of like a artichoke fan, but I will make him taste it. And that's it. So thanks for joining. I hope you like. Have a great weekend. Oh, mwah!